Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Ito ay nangangailangan ng patnubay at gabay ng magulang para sa mga batang manonood.
Warning. The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Home at the mysterious Shamans portal. The mysterious occurrences in Beaver Dunes Park had been attributed to the fact that it was built upon ancient Native American burial grounds, which is why it is called the Shamans portal. It's also known as the Oklahoma Bermuda Triangle. Mysterious things have happened in the park, starting with the Spanish conquistadors who went missing while searching for the gold in 1500s. Since then, paranormal activity seekers flocked to the dunes. Some people claim that a UFO crashed there, and a group in the 90s who tested the soil said it was abnormal. Oregon, the Bandage Man of Cannon Beach. The Bandage Man is the American version of a mummy. He is rumored to be ghost of a logger who died in the sawmill accident and now terrorizes teenagers who hang out at the deserted area of a highway near Cannon Beach. The story says that he knocks on car windows to try to get in and smells really bad. Pennsylvania, the bus to nowhere. In Philadelphia, there's rumored to be a bus that doesn't have an end destination. The story says that the bus only picks up passengers that are at their lowest moments who need to get away from their problems. Once the passenger is ready to face the world, they can get off the bus. But the passenger has no idea how long they've been on the bus, for it could have been hours, days, or even years. Rhode Island, the Devil's Footprints. There is a rock on Devil's Foot Road that appears to show a normal human footprint and a cloven hoof. The story goes that a Native American woman murdered a white man and fled the scene of the crime. While running, she was stopped by another man. She cried out for the devil to save her. When the man admitted that he himself was the devil and stamped his feet on the ground to prove that he had been a cloven hoof, which the rock still shows to this day. South Carolina, the death of Julia Legare. In 1800s, the Legares were a well-to-do South Carolinian family that had homes in the mainland and in Obispo Island. The daughter Julia got sick, was pronounced dead, and was buried inside their family mausoleum. Years later, another member of the Legare family died, and when their tomb was opened up, the remains of Julia were found outside of her coffin. The story says that Julia had been in a coma and had woken up to try to escape her tomb but sadly died. After the first reopening of the Legare mausoleum, the door can't seem to stay shut. The Legares tried multiple different doors, and every single time the door was found open, people believed that the ghost of Julia didn't want to be locked in that tomb any longer. South Dakota, Walking Sam in the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. Purportedly over 7 feet tall and very slim, Walking Sam is said to appear on the streets of the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation at night, and he tries to convince teenagers to take their own lives. Whether or not Walking Sam is real, something tragic is going on at the reservation. From December 2014 to May 2015, there were 103 suicide attempts at Pine Ridge. Tennessee, the boy in the bathroom at the Pine Haven School. The Pine Haven School, located in Jamestown, is an old and abandoned, and it's said to be haunted. The tragic story supposed to took place there, where a boy was cornered by a group of bullies in the bathroom and shoved into the mirror, which shattered and killed him. To avoid getting caught and committing murder, the bullies decided to bury the body underneath the floorboards. Today, people say that if you go inside the school, you can see the reflection of the boy if you look in the mirror. Texas, the Candy Lady. In early 1900s, children in an unnamed rural town in Texas started to go missing, and the residents blamed it on the Candy Lady. The story says that she would go around leaving candies on children's windows, and eventually she lured kids out with notes attached promising more candy. The story picked up steam when a farmer allegedly found rotten teeth on his farm, and later found the body of a boy with his pocket stuffed with candy. While little known about the origin of this story, some have speculated that the Candy Lady was real, and that her name was Clara Crane. The curse of the Escalante Petrified Forest. While it is illegal to take anything from the Escalante Petrified Forest, West State Park, there is a legend that says that anyone who takes pieces of petrified wood from the park will be cursed with bad luck, sickness, and accidents. Park manager Kendall Farnsworth stated in 2014 that he gets about a dozen packages every year containing a piece of wood from the park and an apologetic letter detailing the sender's misfortune. Vermont, the Frozen People. First appearing in a diary that was published in the late 1800s, the legend of the hibernating old people recounts the tale of poor family outside the Montpelier who couldn't afford to feed and clothe the oldest member of their family, so they froze the people and bored them. According to the tale, when the spring rolled around, the elders toned out and were just fine. Virginia, the Bunnyman. The Bunnyman legend starts with every good urban legend starts with an insane asylum. The people of Clifton were so up in arms about the asylum that they were able to get all of the patients transferred. The patients were being moved on a bus that crashed, and the police were able to catch all the patients except one, the Bunnyman. According to tale, the Bunnyman lived in the woods and sustained himself on a woodland creatures like bunnies, but eventually he attacked humans. Some people reported being attacked by a man with a hatchet. Other tales says that a group of teens would see a bright light and then would wind up dead and strung up over a bridge. Washington, the Bigfoot. Bigfoot is an international recognizable name and has been spotted all over the country, but Bigfoot has been spotted the most in Washington state. Bigfoot is essentially a gigantic ape-like creature who is either a ferocious beast who attacks loggers and hikers, or a gentle giant who wants to be left alone. Either way, there is something creepy about an undiscovered species of animal wandering around the Pacific Northwest, evading capture. West Virginia Mothman. In 1996, the story says that West Virginia was visited by an insectoid flying creature with bright red eyes who resembled both a moth and a man. He was spotted flying around the town of Point Pleasant along with shining lights and the Men in Black. Mothman's origins had been claimed as supernatural, alien, or government experiment gone wrong, but the Point Pleasant has embraced the monster, erecting a statue, creating a mausoleum, and even dedicating a festival to him.